G'day everyone, welcome to another video. Let's start the countdown, yeah? So, countdown, pre-release, only 9 days away. Release of first edition, 16 days. An unlimited release, the one we're all waiting for, 51 days away. Woo! Alright. Cannot find the numbers for the charity drive, so I've just gone with round numbers here. Let's start it up. 100 to go for the total that I'm looking for. 20 more and I release that first box of Monarch, and the other two get released when we hit that goal of 100. Yeah, so let's just get straight onto it. We've got some cards to look at. Got quite a few in this one, about 13 again, 12 or 13. So Halo of Illumination. This is a light equipment, all right, for the head. Instant, you pay 1, destroy Halo, put a card from your hand into your hero's soul. If it's a light card, draw a card. So you're pretty much destroying a piece of equipment in order to draw a card, or just to put a standard card under your hero. The Spell Void 2, if you're dealt arcane damage, you may destroy this piece of equipment. If you do, prevent 2 arcane damage that source would deal. So we don't know how good this equipment's going to be. It's really going to see what the meta does with all these cards and how good this card actually is. Looking at it straight off the bat, it doesn't look like there's a lot of value from it. Just from the vacuum that we're in, based on our current metas and what we expect, is destroying a piece of equipment just to prevent 2 arcane damage that important that you wouldn't be taking the Null Rune equipment? I don't know, but this does 2 things. It doesn't block, but it also allows you to potentially draw a card. So it's a little bit of a Merchant's Hood. It's a little bit, you know, of a Null Rune equipment. So not really sure what to think on this one. Does a little bit of everything. So we'll just see how the meta goes when people start playing with actual decks, yeah? Alright, next one we have is Glisten. Distribute up to 4 +1 counters among any number of weapons you control. At the beginning of your end phase, remove all +1 counters from weapons you control. Alright, if a permanent is no longer a weapon during your end phase, +1 counters on it are not removed. Alright, so first of all, we're starting to deal with counters now. So everyone with their dice putting the 1s on there, yeah? Pretty much going to become a thing of the past. We're going to start looking at counters. The last thing I want to see is dice numbers and then something gets knocked, a roll of a dice, and then we're like, whoa, what number was on that type thing. And sometimes it's not hard to remember, but you don't want to be in that situation, especially in competitive play where something gets knocked, yeah? So we're going to start dealing with counters now, especially with a card like Glisten, where we can start distributing, especially when, you know, we've got 2 weapons. We might want to, now this is a light instant, it's obviously going to go with the axes, yeah, at this point in time, but you're going to start moving those +1 counters around. Who's to say we're not going to see these type of cards for every other piece of equipment as well? So starting to move counters, maybe more dice with the 1s. Yeah, who knows? We're just going to be carrying a few more things. So this is moving now from the card game with like allies, tokens and that, to more of stuff you need to carry extra stuff with, yeah? Even more so now with a card like Glisten. And that's just the way the game's going to go, unfortunately. Having to carry more stuff in those boxes. So yeah, my Super Hive is still going to be king, though. It's got so many little different drawers and so much room. It's going to be fantastic. All right. Now, this last bit, if a permanent is no longer a weapon during your end phase, +1 counters on it are not removed. This is interesting. Are they going to bring in something that turns into a weapon? And look at the picture itself. It is something incorporeal, like a sword that comes to life as that, but as soon as it stops becoming a weapon, it retains its +1 counters. So that's really interesting. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the reveals, especially for some of this equipment that we're going to see, most likely light equipment. I think we're going to have some mundane piece of equipment, potentially armor turn into a weapon. Who knows what could potentially happen here? Yeah, if a permanent is no longer a weapon during your end phase, +1 counters on it are not removed. Maybe you can move your +1 counters to something that counts as the weapon, and then it just changes and retains them. Yeah, very interesting. It's opened up a lot more questions. Yeah. All right. Let's take a look at the next card. Raiden Duskbane. Once per turn action, 0 to attack with it. It is doing 0 attack. If you have charge this turn, Raiden gains +3. Yeah? So it's not base attack, it gets the +3. So very interesting. Yeah, not much more to be said on that other than let's see it in play and see what people prefer. Spill Blood. Take a look at this card. There is a reason why it's in a Majestic slot. Right, axes you control gain +2 and dominate until the end of the turn. How good is that? Your axes are automatically coming through for 3, becomes 4/5 with dominate. It's pretty good, you know, and you're getting 2 of them. Like we're looking at like claws for brute after a Blood Rush Bellow. I know they can potentially do more with other cards, but this is pretty good. So yeah, costs 1, blocks for 3. It, you know, pitches for 1. But pretty good. If you've got those axes ready to go, wow, very nice card. All right, Hatchet of Mind. Now we're going to go over the axes because we have Spill Blood. So let's just re-look at these axes, yeah? Hatchet of Mind. Whenever you attack with Hatchet of Mind, if Hatchet of Body was the last attack this turn, Hatchet of Mind gains +1. So standard 2 becomes 1. You're paying 1 for the attack and potentially +2. So you're going anywhere between 4 and 5. Still a 2 card block if they're not using a defense reaction, yeah? Hatchet of Body, which was the newer one. Once per turn, 1 to attack. Whenever you attack with Hatchet of Body, if Hatchet of Mind was the last attack. So they're each going off each other, yeah? Now, if you're able to get multiple attacks on these weapons, who knows? That's going to be crazy with those +1s, yeah? All right. Especially with, you know, +1 counters going everywhere. Yeah, distribute up to 4. Wow. Among any number of weapons you control. Now, that's another thing with Glisten that we didn't see. Distribute up to 4 +1 counters among any number of weapons you control. So this is actually creating +1 counters. It's not just... Or, this is unanswered. Distribute up to 4 +1 counters among any number of weapons you control. Do those counters exist already? Are they on the table? Or is this creating 4 new counters? Being a rare, I dare say it will not be creating 4 new tokens. Otherwise, it should have been worded differently. I can understand how this could be taken either way, though. I'm going to take it that the counters are already on the table for you to distribute, yeah? Man, that's a dangerous card. All right, where were we with Hatchet of Body? Gallantry Gold. Action. Spend 1, destroy Gallantry Gold. Your weapon attacks gain +1 this turn. Go again. It has Battle Worn. Not bad. Your weapon attacks gain +1 this turn. So if you can get a few weapon attacks happening, this is crazy, yeah? +1 throughout the whole turn. Very much like another piece of equipment that we're going to come across in this. It looks like they're giving, you know, certain abilities in regards to over a whole turn. I think it's fantastic. It's really going to open the game for some real pressure on the opponent. Yeah, this is a scary piece of warrior equipment. Would you take it over the other Brave for Braces? This is a common. The other one's given a +1 whenever you need it. This one you're having to destroy. So, interesting. Would have to see. Yeah? See it in gameplay. Engulfing Light. As an additional cost to play Engulfing Light, you may charge your hero's soul. If you have charged this turn, Engulfing Light gains. If this hits, put it into your hero's soul. Not too bad. It's got a hit. It is coming across for 3 defense, 0 cost. Not a bad card. There are possibly better options, but it definitely is not a bad card, yeah? Dusk Path Pilgrimage. Your next weapon attack this turn gains +3, and if it hits, you may attack an additional time with the weapon this turn. Well, there you go. Your next weapon attack this turn gets +3, and if it hits, it may attack an additional time with this weapon this turn. You still need the go again, people. It's merely allowing Dorinthia's ability on a particular weapon. However, you still need go again to get this to work, yeah? Cost of 1, 3 defense. It's not a bad card. The other warrior card you've got gives automatic go again if it hits. Yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see the dynamics with the warrior builds with all these extra cards. Like, ooh, is this just opening more options? Is it making them more dangerous? No, I think it's just giving more options for different types of deck builds, where how important is Glint as opposed to Twinning Blade, which is harder card to get, yeah? Very interesting. And this is weapon attack. This is like any weapon that you've got. Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, we're starting to get into the littler cards. As an additional cost to play Belittle, you may reveal an attack action card with 3 or less base attack from your hand. If you do, search your deck for a card named Minnowism, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. This has got so much going for it, and I am so glad that this is a generic action and not something stupid like just tied to a particular class. This is going to open up so many options for so many different classes. I believe, probably proven wrong, but I've already got ideas for Ninja with this. It's coming across red, 3 attack, 2 defense, 1 cost. This one is a 1 pitch. It is a common, so it should be coming in the 3 colors. I don't really care if it's only attacking for 1. The fact that, yeah, I show a card, but then I can go in and look for another card, take it out of my deck. Now, some would say deck thinning is deck winning. It can also lose you the game. But I think the ability of Minnowism is very good. So let's go on to Minnowism if it's the next card. I know the 2 defense isn't that great, but if your deck is designed for this, like I'm going to build for Ninja with this, yeah, I think it's going to be quite good. Minnowism. The next attack action card with 3 or less base you play this turn gains +3. Now, obviously, this is a common. It will go down in the stack, but if you're playing those lower end attacks, this is fantastic, especially if they've got abilities that jump off it. This has got Ninja screaming right off it, Dwarven Ninja. You know, it's got some warrior or guardian on it. I think it's a fantastic card. 0 cost. Once again, the 2 block. It really is going to hurt the deck, these blocks. There had to be some negative in regards to this, but I'm definitely excited for these cards, and there is going to be another video on these. I've got some things happening in the background. As soon as they're done, bang, we're going to be doing the video on this. All right, and the Stubby Hammer, as you would have seen on the list if you're on the fan page, I put this up against the arms for Ninja. Destroy Stubby Hammer's attack action cards with 3 or less base power gain +1 while attacking this turn. Go again. Oh, wow. I love this. Like, it doesn't do the block for 1, which is sad. You know, by the look of it, it really should. If you've got, say, like a few attacks going, especially with go again, like, oh, wow. +1 while attacking this turn. Now, it is only attack action cards. It isn't weapons, so be aware of that as well. So no dash plays going woohoo and brrr, just attacking throughout the entire thing. It is action cards. So yeah, look, these 3 cards, I'm really excited for Ninja. They're all a generic equipment, so we're going to see how we go and how playtesting goes with that. And I'm really excited to see more of these, you know, Stubby, Minnowism, Belittle type littler cards actually come into the game, and I really hope there's more of them. Yeah, so once again, what did you think of our video? If you liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you subscribe. Comment below, did I miss anything, or you know, what did you like about the cards that we covered? And yeah, make sure you jump onto that charity drive and we'll see you on the next video. See you all.